Hi Gemini, welcome to Aquarius season. Happy New Year. Gemini, so Mercury, your ruling planet, moves into Aquarius. That's really right up there, intellectual energy that's probably passing through you. Lots of downloads, lots of information coming in from all places. I think with Pisces being in Venus, this might also bring a time of nostalgia. And for that, I think it's perhaps the time now, Gemini, to make peace with yourself and make peace with your past. It's as simple as I acknowledge it. It is what it is. Let's move on to what's new. Future thinking, Aquarius season. Here we go. Sun into Aquarius. Mercury's already in Aquarius too. 8 of Cups. A lot of pushing out the old and going in search of the new. Aquarius season wants you to be about the new. Go and explore what is on this wish list now, Gemini. This new moon might be a really good idea to actually sit down and think about what it is you want to do with 2020 this year. 5-year plan, 10-year plan, whatever it is. I think you've kind of grown out of what you have, what you've achieved. And by the look of those 8 cups, it's a lot. You've done a lot this last decade. I think now the time really is, with all this like energy in Capricorn, this Capricorn stellium that's taking place, to process, wrap it up and put it away. There's greater adventures waiting for you. There are greater projects. There are bigger friend groups. There are things that you are gonna naturally feel thirsty for, curious about, go in search of. The North Node's going into your sign. So the good news is those lessons that you finally needed to learn, you get a chance to learn them. Bad news is it isn't always easy, however. The thing here is, though, Gemini, you know that you're curious, and that in itself is a good enough start. So, itch the scratch. Start from the beginning. What is this thing? What do you want to do? Where are you taking 2020? What have I got? Okay, so I have, let's start with the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, Mars in Sagittarius energy. February for you can be about hearing the gunshots and just going with it as fast as an arrow. Do it now, think about it later. Ideas coming through to you really quickly. And I think if you are to be as quick on your toes as you are in your mind, this month really promises a lot of emotional contentment to your cause. This is also, Venus in Pisces. Get a bit specific about love as well. Get a bit emotionally attached not only to your cause and the things that you are going in search of now to expand your horizons. And I think you really are quite ready to shoot right off the mark. But there's got to be an element of emotional contentment to all of this stuff as well. So are you emotionally checking in with how fulfilling this stuff is for you, or how fulfilling the status quo has been for you? If this is in regards to love, if this is someone who has stirred your emotional interest, I think they've had quite a nice effect on your heart. And if this Venus in Pisces energy has been really nice, then really revel in it. Take on this Queen of Cups approach. 3 of Cups. Your community, your friends, the people that you work with, your creation comes from the collective this Aquarius season. Aquarius is very much humanitarian. He's very much involved in there. And I feel as if your heartstrings, your real true heart inspiration, whatever, even if it's like you're searching for an idea you haven't yet found, it is within the group. It's within the masses. It's within the crowd. So go and be around the people that you're supposed to be with. I think with this kind of aloof 8 of Cups energy, you might want to be mindful that people aren't inside your head. So the people around you, fill them in with what's going on with you. I think it's a great time to communicate as well now, because you'll have this clarity. Card that's come up is the Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Work this month is going to be fantastic. I don't think you can really ask for a better month. A focus, real focus on being part of the group, part of the collective, getting involved, sharing your ideas, and maybe be more present when it comes to your part within the group. So if you're thinking something, or if, you know, there's something that's come through to you, communicate it. Be as open and as chatty and as Gemini as you can, but without the edge. And I feel as if with this really almost highly strung intellectual energy that's passing through, Mercury's comfortable in Aquarius, let's not forget that, but it's almost quite high strung because it's really out of the box thinking. It's really like going for the heights. Just be careful around people and to keep them in the loop. And I think you really do blossom and you really do shine this month with your role within the collective. I've got the Seven of Swords. So whatever this idea is that you're getting, or you're getting involved in, or whatever you're doing, I want to say be careful to not take what is good and leave, or not leave people with a feeling of being snubbed or used and then you move on from them, etc. Or don't take what's not yours, I think. Be very present this month. Don't be fleeting, because this is fixed air energy. So when you start something, when you're within the group, I think it's quite important for you to remain present the whole time. Think about the now and not what the future can be. Think about what it is that you're doing right now and how it is your energy, the energy that you're bringing to this, how it's not fleeting and how it is present. So with the Queen of Wands here, I think there's an element of fire and water that you really need to apply to whatever you're doing at the moment, Gemini. There is Mercury retrograde coming about soon. And I feel as if you can get as creative right now with your projects, and when I say projects, I mean Queen of Cups, like the ones that really get you emotionally excited, the ones that really stir you. If you can be as tenacious and pragmatic about them now during Aquarius season, you have the potential of really getting quite far and achieving quite a lot, as long as you remain on top of the fact that, you know, there are things that you find yourself growing out of. And the key is to ride on to the next, you know, adventure. But there's you know, that tenaciousness as well as that emotional connectivity that you've got to have with this project. So Seven of Swords is this funny energy for me, because it seems as if there's an element of like taking what's not yours, or leaving enough behind, but taking what you can with you almost. Almost as if like momentary gratification. Don't be about that right now. Aquarius is fixed air energy, and I think you're going to be compelled to move on to bigger and brighter horizons, which is fantastic. Just maintain that it's a very I just wonder, there's something really sneaky about this card. I don't know. Seven of Swords. Let's have another card for this Seven of Swords. I've got the Ace of Cups. If this is in regards to things, new beginnings in regards to emotional attachments, Gemini, whatever you've been holding on to, I think you know now you're ready to get away from it, and quite quickly. There are new horizons beckoning you, and the call couldn't be louder. Come Aquarius season, there is this kind of impulse to maybe take in a sneaky way, or take what's not yours, or, you know, just be mindful of that, vice versa. However, I think emotionally there's something new that's in the mix for you. And if this card is just saying, if you know it's time to move on from an emotional situation, make Aquarius season about it. Like, if it's time to go, then it's time to go. And I think a lot of these cards are saying it's time to go. Within your part within a group, your part within a community, your part within a establishment, your part within like a clique, is your saving grace this month also. But just be mindful of how your energies are around them. Like, this is really intense in your head energy, so be mindful to share. If you're getting moody, as Mercurials do, take a bit of time out. Like, there's a lot of speed here. Realign, I think, with what makes you happy. I've got the Temperance card come up. This is a card of Sagittarius. If this is in regards to Sagittarius, I would say that with the Queen of Wands here also, they might offer you some inspiration. They might be the answer to a lot of stuckness that you might have had to certain things, certain queries, etc. within your life. I will say though, Gemini, there's an element of being about your magic or balancing yourself out. And a lot of the times, Geminis do this whole adrenal fatigue thing. And I don't think that that's going to work this time of year. Let's not forget, like, we're in the heart of winter. It's naturally a time of hibernation. So maybe slow down a notch and just take better care of yourself, Gemini. Temperance card, pouring into one's own cup. 8 of Pentacles, and I feel like the more rested you are and the better you are taking care of yourself, work ultimately becomes a greater focus and does a lot better and pays off, and you can get back to your routine of work. And you can definitely be in the flow of it, but there's got to be an element of balancing out the start and the stop. It can't just be go, 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 go. And it's pretty apparent you're ready to go or get away from whatever it is that you want to be getting away from. Even if that means getting away from the crowd when you need to do so, I just feel like you are really going to thrive in this 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 33 energy. 33 being the number of, you know, possibilities. And in the Aquarius Tarot, the Star card is the card of endless possibilities. And if you wish to grow and develop your work at the moment, you can do so. But not with any sneaky energy. Very clear, very upfront, very future thinking, very outside of the box thinking energy. So clear the air in regards to friends, love, work, emotions. Just be really super clear. I don't think this is a time for playing games. Okay, this is it. Now I get it. 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords, Ace of Cups. You've got to be very clear about making peace with your past, right? Letting bygones be bygones and letting go of whatever you need to let go of. By doing that, Gemini, you open up this can of worms, this Ace of Cups, this emotional opportunity to overcome a lot of previous stigmas that have almost become part of the way that you operate. And where there's a lot of indication this month for you to operate from the heart, maybe get some malachite. Yeah, where's some malachite? Or aventurine. I keep telling you to wear aventurine. You gotta have some emotional truths, I think, this month. And you've got to carry them out in a very aware, healed place, Gemini. Like having made peace with the past and the people from the past, and, you know, starting the year fresh and letting bygones be bygones and putting all of that kind of stuff to rest. If you really want to come from a place of the heart and the place of the love, etc., clear the air with whatever had happened in the past. Like, move away from relationships, energies that have made you feel like you need to play games or be around those that are playing games with you. It can't be like that now. I feel like with this new year coming, you've got to be super... The North Node is in your sign, okay? So let's just talk about that. And Venus goes retrograde in your sign in May to June. And I said, it's... Prepare yourself for what you will learn about yourself. It's a fantastic opportunity to clear the air anyway. But if you're going about this month understanding that there are absolutely new horizons for you to conquer, and you're observant of how your position within a group or a community or an establishment really brings out the best of you, igniting that Queen of Wands fire, passion, that coming from the heart, that coming from the place of real creativity, and a bit of self-care and a bit of TLC for your heart, helps you really move on and move forward in a more dignified way. You don't need to be like running around, like hiding in the shadows, doing all this weird sneaky shit. That can't be the theme for this year. You've got to come from the heart. And I feel as if once you really just clear some stagnant water out of one of the cups and pour in some fresh new water and really balance yourself out, work, the inspiration for work, the ideas, the motivation, all of it just comes flowing back. I'm going to pull a card from the Psychic Tarot from John Holland, I think his name is. Whew. There's a lot of work to be done in February, Gemini, and I think you're going to feel it. But it's nice, productive energy, and it's courageous energy, and it means just actually going for it and just doing the thing, stepping outside of the box. Aquarius, fellow air sign, can offer you, I think, a nice head start to getting organized in your head and really coming from a place of emotional connection to what you're doing, as well as a creative, tenacious application to it. And really feeling like, I don't know, the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Swords next to the Ace of Cups for me is really just like, you don't need to do that anymore. Like, pull yourself out of that situation. If you find like you're having to be sneaky, or you find like you're having to play games in regards to an emotional connection, you need to snap out of that energy. Either get away from what is not serving you anymore and go in pursuit of what really is, what your heart is calling for, so that you can connect to that Queen of Cups energy a lot better. Do it. Make this year, make this decade about it. Make peace with yourself so that there is nothing lingering now. What have I got? I've got the... Okay, the card is positive movement forward. I think that sort of speaks for itself, doesn't it? Eight of Cups, Knight of Wands. Positive movement forward. There's a ship that is sailing on an expansive sea, riding off into the sunset. Have you thought about where you want to be? Maybe February, take some time to be by the sea so that a lot of things can become clear in your head. Spend some time in the sun, of course, but I think you need to use the energy of the keep moving forward, keep going forward, just keep pushing forward. As long as there is movement in this fixed stagnant energy, no, in this fixed air energy, you reduce the risk of stagnation. And I think this is a real thing. This urge, this movement forward, like, you know, by hook, by crook, I've got to keep moving. Make it right. Don't make it based on sneaky shit. That's not the thing. Be very open about what you're done with and how you just need to move on from it. And making peace with it, first and foremost. It's the beginning of the year. What better time than now to make peace with the demons, the stuff that wasn't really serving you? Because I think this Aquarius energy is going to have you vibrating on such a level, Aquarius, Gemini, that you'll know it's so much more than about this realm. It's so much more than about what's here in front of us. There are things that are outside of what we are physically seeing, you know, in front of us right now. There is so much more to this energy that you can use and you can transmute into creating peace within yourself. And a lot of that has to do with, like, dropping the baggage and allowing yourself to be in a space free enough to move. And Aquarius, the elder that's full of wisdom, you know, also bears his, you know, empties his vessel out full of, you know, that water represents fluidity, movement, going with the flow. Big thing for you in February. Maybe just drop the control thing and go with the flow. Either way, the more you come from a balanced, emotionally or heart-led, creative, confident space, and acknowledge that, yeah, you know what, February is a bit of a journey for you. The quicker you find what brings you contentment, the better your money gets. But Gemini, as always, your role within the greater community, your role within the people is just as important today as it has always been, as it will always be. Just don't wear your past around your neck like a noose. It's slowing you down. And there's a lot of work to be done and a lot of positive movement forward to be had. And you look out for a new opportunity for emotional contentment in February. I think that's all I have for you guys. To book a reading, visit rubyreadstarot.com. If you enjoyed, please do give it a thumbs up. And I shall catch you guys again soon.